You know what I hate? Fake fucks. There is one episode in Top Model where Tyra Banks is talking to this one chick that's, she's basically an attention whore. She's saying that she's anorectic or bulimic or something, and then Tyra's all like, I can send you to a professional, she can help you, and she's like, I'm going to help, I don't want to help, and then she just walks away. And then Tyra's just like sitting there just all sad. And then later we cut to when she's sitting on a bed, not at all scripted. She's sitting on a bed with her mom, and she's talking to her mom, and then she's like, I want to help people, but I can't, some people don't want to help. And then her mom says, well, baby, you gotta let some things go, you gotta let them find their own way in life. And then Tyra starts to cry, and then they hug, and it's like this music in the back, it's like dun 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 dun. And everybody's crying because Tyra wanted to help, but that selfish bulimic bitch wouldn't let her. Yeah, fakeness is really fucking annoying. Fake people and liars, I just can't stand either. Who does? Who the fuck does? Like, is there somebody who's attracted to that? Like, when they see somebody lying or being overly fake and douchey, like, is that some kind of prerequisite that you have to have in a friend or in a lover or whatever? Like, the fuck. Whenever I see that, I'm like, get the fuck away from me, as far away as you can. Just on the other side of the planet. Just fuck off. Get away from me. Get away. In other news, I see that the spring Arab riots, or whatever they're calling it, in the big United States of America is still going strong. Occupy Wall Street and all that. Apparently, all those, I don't know what the hell. I mean, that's barely a rebellion. That's barely a protest. I don't know what it is, but it was apparently inspired by the Arabic revolutions in the Middle East, and now they're all like, corporations. We don't like people dying for money anymore. Like, man, if I was living in the United States, I'd definitely just I'd march with you guys. But for some reason, I'm finding it very hard to sympathize with these people, mainly because it's like, took you pretty long time to figure it out. Like, I guess it's a little easier for us who don't live in the US to see. I mean, we see shit from a different perspective. When the United States starts another war, we're like, all right. So there's more political intrigue, more wars for oil. Fantastic. And I mean, what do you honestly think it's all for freedom? You're fighting terrorism. I mean, no, no, no. Like, for anybody who's like a kid or anything, like, let me just explain to you what war is about and how it has always been about. It's always been about and will always be about money. Like, it doesn't make any sense to go fight terrorism or fight for the free world, fight for a right to vote and shit. Like, nah, it's not lucrative. It's not at all profitable. I mean, do you have any idea how much money it costs to wage war? and they're gonna, just like throw, I mean, armies across the fucking globe at some fucking people that sick the pain. No. No, it's always been about money, and I can't believe, like, good morning, you protesters, but you're late. Okay, you're very late. I'm finding it very hard for me to just sympathize because, in between how many people have died in Afghanistan and in Iraq up to this point? Like, what, 200,000 Arabs maybe? That's 200,000, about 200,000 civilians that you bombed to shreds. You've just annihilated into pieces. And, like, you all thought that was for what? Freedom? To protect the grand United States to I mean, I guess it is protecting the United States in the sense that you're protecting investments. You're not protecting anyone's freedom or anything. You sure as fuck ain't protecting the free world. I mean, it's so ridiculous. I don't know, like, I don't know whether I should, like, be proud that people are finally standing up to these assholes that are just I mean, in my opinion, just throwing the entire world into more shit. Like I mean, all of those Wall Street tycoons and those assholes that, like, it's obvious it's for money. Like, are you kidding me? Like, these protests should have emerged 20 years ago, not fucking now. Like, what a joke. What a joke. Oh god, I'm feeling lightheaded. Like, I remember when I was sitting with my dad and we were watching TV, and then we kind of zapped between channels, and then we ended up on some channel where they showed some kind of press release, or I don't know, some kind of speech that George W. Bush was making. And then he was like saying, yeah, we have to go and fight terrorism and protect the United States. And I remember me and my dad, we kind of just turned and looked at each other, just like, yeah, about that. I mean, how gullible. Like, I guess the propaganda and indoctrination are powerful effects in order to control people. But, like, when you see shit, like, I live in Europe, when you see shit from a different perspective, like, it all just makes sense. I don't know how it is for you. I bet that, all your news stations are constantly throwing this awful fucking propaganda at you, and you're probably thinking, oh, it's probably true, because, hey, it's an authority that says it. And I'm like... But, oh well. At least, hey, sooner rather than never, or later rather than never, or sooner rather than later. Fuck it. I'm glad that the people are at least doing something now than not doing something now, right? I mean, that's the positive thing, but still, like, can't believe it. Like, you think all those people who died at checkpoints in Iraq, like, you think that was all for what? Protecting Iraqis from themselves? From the bad terrorists? No, it was for oil. It was for money. It was because I think that Iraq was one of those countries that was threatening to change the currency that they were trading in. They wanted to trade it to switch it from the US dollar to the euro or the British pound. I'm not sure which. I think it's the euro. And then US was like, hell no, biatch. Because if they did that, I mean, you'd be in a lot more shit economically than you already are now, right? I mean, so far, to my knowledge, there are only 2 other countries that have threatened to do this. And guess which they are? It's Iran and it's North Korea. I think North Korea. It's North Korea that's the dictatorship, right? I think so, yeah. And you can take a guess which country is gonna be the next one that they'll invade. I mean, I don't like Iran, like, at all. That Ayatollah Khan, he needs to die. I want to be the dude who sacrifices him to a bunch of goats. I want to just carve him up for dinner. Him and the Pope, obviously. Those 2 assholes need to just die. They're God. Oh God, fucking disgrace to human race. But anyways, some part of me still wishes, or hopes rather, that Iran manages to, manufacture a couple of nukes and that they actually switch to the euro. So everything they trade will be in euro. And I wonder what the US will, now that they have a couple of bases in the neighboring country Iraq, I guess it will be a lot easier to drop some of those ridiculous bunker buster missiles. Like, goddamn, those things can like pierce anything and just destroy everything. It's insane. So I guess that Iran is fucked either way. But hey, some opposition will be nice. Water. Nothing better than water. However, I wonder what happens if North Korea switches to the euro. I mean, I'm pretty sure that China's gonna come in and help North Korea instantly, which means that the World War III would ensue. And once again, it'll be for money. Do not, I mean, please, people, are you honestly that gullible? Of course it's for money. It's not for freedom. It's not because, oh, these baddies are trying to take over the world and they're going to impose slavery on us all. Like, no. They're not out to make you all slaves to some ideology or anything. They're out to make money. It's about money. How do you fund wars? Through money. So you'll have to somehow recuperate that cost in some way. If there's no monetary reward or some kind of compensation, like, then you wouldn't go to war. Like, who the fuck, like, would you pay for your own ammo, your own kit, your own gear, your own trip to whatever country you want to go fight in? Like, would you do that? No, it's gotta be sponsored by somebody. And that somebody's going to be government. It's for money, people. It's all for money. World War I was about money. It was about colonies and shit. World War II, again, was about money. Well, money and the fact that poor old Hitler, I mean, mainly money, obviously, but I mean, I always found the Second World War so interesting because there's a lot more at stake there. Well, not at stake, but there are a lot of reasons leading up to World War II. It's almost as if, well, I mean, World War II was definitely an inevitable concluding the whole Marseille Treaty and all that. Like, I'm pretty sure that most people were aware that there was gonna be a Second World War. And 21 years later, like, that's ridiculous. The leaders of the Allies that won that war just did a horrible job in ensuring a peaceful future. It was insane. But yeah, I mean, still, that war was also about money. Every war before that was about money, and every war after that will be about money. Like, but I guess, hey, propaganda and indoctrination, you gotta love it. Like I said before, I'm pretty sure there's some redneck Bible hugger in Alabama who's like, yeah, go bomb those Muslims, those dirty Muslims. They're trying to take away my freedom. It's like, no, man, no, they're not taking away anything. Now, don't get me wrong, I mean, they're pretty dumb, but you're not much better. And the people who are trying to take away your freedom, it's not some dirty people on the other side of the planet. It's your own government, you dumb fuck. Shit. It's pretty interesting how the United States is becoming more and more like a fascist state. We gotta start doing, saluting them with the Hitler sign. Well, no, that's not actually the Hitler way of greeting. That's the, Caesar way of greeting. It's just a shame he took that and kind of polluted it, and now every time we do the salute, everybody thinks it's the Hitler thing, like you're like supporting Nazism or anything or something like that. But no, it's Caesar. That's how they used to greet,